Hello everybody, how are you guys today? My name is Jody from Uncle Joe's Fish Shed, and this is my friend Bill. Some of you guys call him Billy. We'll refer him to whatever he wants to be called to. We could go with Mr. Les if you like.
All right, yeah, Aqualus we can go by. All right.
Aqualus is great.
So
We can redo
we
this
call
again.
you Joe or we call you Jody?
I think we call me Jody.
You're Jody.
I like Jody.
Okay.
All right.
Nice to meet you, Jody.
Nice
Yeah,
to
how are
meet
you?
you. All right.
So we decided to get into this because the two of us are avid fish keepers. We're friends, but we do things differently. Jody does a lot of breeding of fish, and I'm totally a plant guy. And we've got different ways of it, and we want to share all of our knowledge and information and our friends with you, and hopefully make your journey in your fish keeping hobby an enjoyable one too.
All the way from the beginners to people who have been keeping fish a lot longer than we have. We just want to be able to provide information and give you guys a good outlet to go to where we can share information. Um, and that's about all we're really up to, is just to give us a good outlet, you know.
And I want to say it. I think that's a great lead-in about a little bit about us. I mean, I think everybody would like to know what we're into. So tell me a little bit. How did you get into fish keeping?
Well, I got into fish keeping and I was pretty young. I remember, you know, I think around third grade, and my dad would bring bait home all the time, and it would be in the fridge, and I'd start taking care of it and whatnot. Then I did get my first fish tank. It was a slate bottom with metal on it. We got it at a garage sale up in St. Cloud, and I was going to get fish, and I came home and there was actually minnows in it. I don't know how happy I was about that, but that's really what I did for a couple of years.
Nice, nice. I'm not nearly as long invested. When I was a kid back in New York, where I'm from, I had a small little 10-gallon tank with a goldfish, and he lived for years. And really probably because my mother was taking care of the tank because I was too young, at the time to really be responsible with it. But I remember really enjoying the fish tank and enjoying having the fish and feeding them. And I was devastated when the goldfish passed, and I buried them in a little matchbox in the backyard. Actually, it is a fond memory because it was a pet, and they are my pets. They're not just fish. I really loved them. I took a big long hiatus for many years, and I got back into it about 6, 7 years ago. And really, for me, it was I had a friend that had problems with the tank, and the fish were all dying. And in my effort to try and help them figure out what's going on, I ran into aquascaping, and I was just sucked in immediately. And that's where all my money has gone into ever since.
It's funny you mention that because it's just so much different for me. You kept your fish for years and years, and it was a sad experience, and that set you up for what you do. And I think what helped set me up for what I like to do is my fish came and went, and I had no choice in the matter. I was a child, and it was literally my dad's bait. I mean, I learned how to take care of rainbow fish or shiners up north, or what they are, very, very well. So my dad could have them in the summer when people couldn't have them. So I got used to a lot of things coming and going. The
Yeah.
planted tanks in the water is something that I'd love to learn, and I'm really looking forward to doing this with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I think for me, a big thing is like I'm not a big breeder, and we're in Uncle Joe's Fish Shed, which is far from a shed. It's a beautiful place, as you can see. And Jody does a lot of breeding of fish, and I think I'm going to learn a whole lot from you. And I really think that was the object that got us started here, was that we wanted to share that. So tell me, like, what was like the fish store that impressed you, or your really good memory?
And we had this fish store. I'd have to sneak down there because I was young. We were like in the third, fourth grade, and we'd have to like sneak down and go past the woods and over the little highway, as we called it when we were kids. It was just a road that went through, and then over the railroad tracks, and it was called Nine Lives. And I used to remember going in there, and the lady that worked in there, she was just so kind and nice all the time. And they had these big arowanas in there, and they just really impressed me, really briefly, until I started seeing all the other fish. But it was the arowana in the beginning, and just how nice they were at the pet store. That was back in St. Cloud, Minnesota. I'm 50 some years old, so this is like, I don't know, the 80s.
Yeah.
So just to date that a little bit, and stuff just came such a long, long way. I mean, Woolworths and Walgreens used to have pet stores.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm right. I'm right in there. I mean, he's a few decades older than me. Not really, but I'm 50, and I'm really been into the hobby only within the last 6, 7 years. And so my impression of fish stores have been much different. But my fondest memory was my oldest brother was avid fish keeper, and I remember being a young kid going to his house. I was probably 7 years old, and he had these big, beautiful discus. And that was always something that I was always just like so impressed by. And he had these beautiful tanks. And really, for me, it was those kind of memories that I've always wanted to have, but I always thought it was going to be too hard and too much of a responsibility and too overwhelming. And until I really got into it and realized that I found like peace in keeping fish, and I have a very hectic and fast-paced job, and it has become my therapy, and it's become something I really enjoy. And so, my big thing for like who's my favorite fish store, I mean, right now, I would say locally it would be Nature Aquariums in Fort Lauderdale. He's got a beautiful store, well lit. He does salt, he does fresh. He's got like a whole like little dojo build out for aquascaping. Got a ton of aquascaping supplies, so I'm kind of partial, and really super nice people with the right mentality that they want to set their customers up for success. They're not just selling people fish. They want them to be happy and stay in the hobby. So that kind of aligns with my reasons why I got into YouTube and doing all this, and why we're doing this, because we really want people to enjoy the hobby and stay in it, because it is something that we find really rewarding. We think you would too.
Yeah, you know, the kind of the same situation with me here too. I noticed like where we're at, your favorite local pet store just happens to have to be far away, or your favorite local shop. And for me too, I have to go up to Marine Warehouse up by Tampa. So I think just a combination of maybe finding local people and people we know that we know are really good at what they do, and they specialize in one thing, just to be able to bring that knowledge and the fish and the products and anything that people we know are in this industry as a small together, and just have that is going to be great.
I mean, I think that I was super lucky because we have a very good fish club here. We're down in Fort Myers, and Fort Myers Aquarium Society is a club that we both belong to. It's how Jody and I met. And we just happen to have a real wealth of knowledge that we're planning on sharing with you over time. People that are into breeding certain types of fish and are really authorities in it. People are into disease. People are into endangered fish. So we've got some big plans going forward for this channel, and how we're going to really bring our education to you, and hopefully share our network of friends that have a lot of information they can share.
Especially with people, you know, they're willing to share, and they want people to learn in the right way. And you know, none of us know everything.
No.
I'm sure we got a couple guys, you know, but a lot of us know really a lot about one specific thing, and that's where we're really lucky here in Southwest Florida. We have that. We have biologists, we have scientists, we have people that go out and do collect for a living.
And a lot of the breeding in the industry comes out of Florida.
Yeah, we have plant people, water people. I mean, it's
Yeah.
absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And I just feel blessed to be able to be around all these people each and every day. And like Bill said, the Fort Myers Aquarium Society is my local home club. I'm a member of a few clubs in the state and some national clubs. And
Absolutely. I mean, and our fish club just did a box swap with GCCA, which is the Greater Chicago Area Cichlid Association, and we had a great turnout. They sent some beautiful fish. Jody and a few other members had donated fish to go to them, and one of our members flew the fish back and forth. He was a member of that group, and that's how we kind of got tied together. So if you have a fish club that you're in and you're interested in doing something like that, definitely reach out to us through the channel, and we'll see what we can work out.
yeah, that's really a great thing we're working on too, because it gives everybody opportunity to get fish that they necessarily don't have. Sure, you can maybe go find some online, but at least this way you know they should be coming from a good, credible source.
And supporting small businesses, local breeders. You know, where really want healthy and happy fish to be brought into other people's tanks, and not really have to go through the bad experiences of mass, I don't want to label anybody, but box store type of fish where they may not be cared for, and it presents you with a lot of problems bringing that kind of fish into your environment. And as we go down this road and as we make more videos, we're going to talk about all those things. But if there are subjects or certain things that you would love to know about, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Give us some ideas about some subjects that you've really been wondering about, and that maybe we can help, or we have a friend that's really an authority and we can bring them in.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Like Bill said, just drop them in the comments below. There's a lot of different things we'd like to cover. There's so much that we don't even know that we want to cover, because we don't even know about it yet.
Yeah.
Species profile, illnesses would be really important. How to get a nice, beautiful tank like Aquabus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
CO2.
I think that with water structure, CO2, plants. I mean, that's going to be my home territory. Breeding and disease and stuff like that is something that you're going to be able to help us out with. And then we have friends that are specialists in types of fish. So really looking forward to it. So definitely tune in to the next video. We're going to try and get a couple of them put together and see if you have any ideas that we can touch upon. But by all means, come and check us out, like and subscribe, because we're definitely going to put out a host of videos, and I'm sure there'll be some great topics for you.
Thanks, everybody. Make sure to join your local fish club.